What's going on? Welcome back. Yeah, I watch He-Man, so what? Shut up, guys. Um, this is from September 15th. This is Glitter and Lasers, you guys. Oh, I'm not subscribed? Yeah, I know. What is manual lymphatic draining? Come with me to the MLD massage. Someone in, I don't, oh, Twitter, because I'm obsessed with Twitter right now. I don't know why. Like, I act like I got nothing to do. I got lots to do, guys. Like, not in a showy, like, give me, I got so much to do and so important. Like, shit, I got so much to do. Oh my god, I'm so, like, backlogged. But I have time for Twitter. And sometimes I'm on it, like someone, like a young person would be on TikTok. And then I'm like, oh shit, I got so much to do. I'm running around like a lunatic. Someone was talking about Glitter and Lasers and her toxic positivity, and I just like giggled like a schoolgirl. Because yeah, it's pretty fucking toxic. And every time she talks or does that ugly cry that I want to like be like, stop crying. I'm just like reminded of like her toxic positivity, you know? Yeah, okay, let's watch this. Look at this place. Oh, it's so calm. Oh.
Right now, we're kind of squeegeeing the fluid that sits just below the surface of the skin.
Before they go into this, I have a thing about touching people's... I have a thing about touching people. I don't know if anybody else, when I see people getting, like, people massaging, masseuses, as they say, masseuse, I applaud them because I don't think I could touch different bodies. I don't, like, ooh, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, a partner, a friend, a family member, yeah, let's hug. But it goes more into, like, putting your hands on different parts of people's bodies, and have, you know, I don't know if anybody else feels that way. I might be the only weirdo here thinking that, but I just applaud you, masseuses, and people who do facials too. Like, I just like, oh, gross. I don't want, don't, I don't want to touch you. Let's continue.
We're kind of guiding it towards the lymph nodes in the hip here.
So this is one of the parts of this process that you really like need an expert for, because the bandaging process is no joke and it's really important to you feeling better.
Interesting. Oh, is it a home?
The reason I wanted to have you on camera today is because you've been a huge part of my journey, and you're also a huge part of a lot of people's journey, not only here at Align Massage, but also online. And so I thought,
curly hair, tattoos, nose ring. Yeah, I'm down. That's my aesthetic as well. Yes, very much so. My tattoos are a little more colorful, but yeah, tattoos, nose ring, curly hair. That's my aesthetic.
when people kept asking me about MLD, I'm like, I'm not the expert. I know some things happen, but I don't feel like equipped to talk about it. So what I thought was, you are the expert, and you can.
Anna, you know what I would love to appreciate? Transparency. Because according to my peoples, you are getting paid for all this. You have been sponsored. And you are not transparent with the girl world, girl universe, you know? And it's kind of irritating that you make it seem like, I want you on camera because, I mean, obviously you're doing this documentary style filmmaking because someone sponsored. Like, I didn't even know that. I had someone that I trust tell me this, and I was like, oh, is this why people hate her? Oh, like, head slap. I was like, oh, I mean, toxic positivity, that's fucking annoying. But she's getting sponsored and she's not paying for it and she's not disclosing that. Oh, you're disgusting. But anyway, keep going. Come here.
Talk about it so well that I would love for you to kind of just give me at the highest level what is manual lymphatic drainage, and then we'll talk about decongestive therapy, which I know is a whole other thing.
Totally.
Oh boy.
So manual lymphatic drainage is a light skin technique that really
Mhm.
manipulates the lymphatic fluid that sits just below the surface of the skin. So after surgery, you've had a lot of fluid, right? Most people come in, they're swollen, they're painful, inflamed. And so stimulating the entire system to sort of help get that fluid back into circulation in the cardiovascular system. Once our lymph has been cleaned and filtered by the lymph nodes, it goes back into the body as plasma. So that's like the liquid component of our blood.
Okay.
And manual lymphatic drainage has like a really powerful analgesic effect. So it's like a natural pain reliever. And so it really
That's why.
If you're, this is all fascinating. Doctors are very like poo-poo about it. I think it actually works. I do dry brushing before I shower, and I absolutely love it, and I do feel a difference. When you do lipo of any kind, you have to get lymphatic massages. I don't know. She's explaining it. But it's one of those things that's like you gotta do it. So I don't understand why doctors poo-poo it so much, because it obviously works, you know. But the thing is, a lot of you have pointed out to me about Miss Anna. Oh, Anna, I actually like this outfit. That's cute. I like the way she dresses. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, a little tight, but you know, but she's got good style. Anyway, getting back to her. The thing about Miss Anna is a lot of you pointed out that she doesn't exercise. So this whole shenanigan, this lymphatic drainage is great, but on top of the lymphatic drainage, you have to move your body, like, and with exercise, right? So, yeah, it's interesting.
I feel so good after
Yes.
massage.
That's why you feel so good. So it really calms and soothes the nervous system and really dilates the lymphatic vessels and allows for that fluid return to happen a little bit more freely. It's really gentle, light, rhythmic. As you know, it's kind of that gentle pumping just on the surface. It's not painful or anything like that. We're not pushing fluid out of the incisions. And there's a couple different kinds of manual lymphatic drainage, or lymphatic drainage, I should say. There's clinical and cosmetic. So the clinical modalities, those are going to be Vaughter, Casely Smith, Foldy. Oh man, I'm drilling myself here. There's a few.
Which do you practice? I'm just curious.
Vaughter.
I don't know. I don't know the differences even.
I don't know. You should have looked it up.
But there's like a list of modalities, and then there's a cosmetic, and so it's just dependent upon what the goal is, the clinical outcome. And so for clinical lymphatic drainage, it's to lower inflammation, stimulate the entire system, combat that fluid, bring those fluid levels down, and just really calm and soothe. You know, the lymphatic system is like our immune system.
I think the challenge, and I fell victim to this, just to be really honest, is when you're looking for MLD or lymphatic drainage, you kind of put it into Google, because that's like what we've been trained to do is
we need Rabbi Google.
Dear Google, please guide me on my journey. But I did, and I would find traditional massage.
Okay, let's get to the massaging. God, Anna.
This is really helpful for post-op services after lipedema surgery, but they don't have to have that as long as they've got the clinical training with a clinical method like Vaughter or Foldy or Casely Smith.
And they should say that clearly on their website. You should be able to find out.
I feel like websites communicate the message that they're sending to their potential clients. So
that's great.
When you land on a website, that website should be speaking directly to you. Our website says what we do really well, and lipedema and lymphedema are on there.
Yep.
Because we see a lot of those clients. And so it's like all of the protocols that we have and all the knowledge that we've acquired have come from our clients with lipedema and after surgery, and all of these amazing tips that you guys have gotten from each other as a community.
Okay, great.
To deal with people post-operation for lipedema and also manage lymphedema. And I think that is, for me, on this journey, been really important to find people that are not only focused on providing care for bodies like mine, but also furthering that care in the community. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Bodies like mine.
I mean, I literally had someone watch me get wrapped, which was an experience, but I was like grateful, because then I know that like in a year or 2 years or however long it takes her to get to the point where she's confident doing that on her own, she will now be able to serve more people. And I think that's what all of this is about, is just like,
You know what I was thinking? I'm over here rubbing my chin. I was about to call her foodie. Oh, damn, the cat snatcher. God, foodie. I'm rubbing my chin. I'm like, she's not exercising. And she doesn't post about her eating. How is she eating? Because I feel like if you've gone through all this, like, wouldn't you need to have a certain type of diet? I feel like if you're going through the whole operation, the whole massage, all this yada yada. I already know that you guys have told me she doesn't exercise. Got it. But and I've been very, very well aware of Bagelgate. And how she used that to be a victim. So I know she had some bagels in New York when she went to visit. In my neighborhood, by the way. So I know she, in that instance, her eating isn't the greatest. I'm just so curious about the diet the doctor may have offered her. Also, I haven't watched all the videos with her health arc. I wonder if there is a nutritionist who comes in and it helps her with her eating, or a dietitian or somebody. Because I feel like if you're doing all this, I feel like certain elements have to go into place. It's like moving plates, you get the drainage, you get the removal, then you do the drainage, and then you have to exercise, make sure you're exercising. You got to make sure you're eating certain foods. You have to do the compress. Like, I feel like that all kind of goes together. So I'm just curious. As I'm rubbing my chin.
Furthering the care for our community.
Yeah, we got to rise that, like, level up that standard of care.
100%.
It's time.
It's time. Rising up.
Oh, she's so annoying.
Sorry.
That in.
So thank you so much. And what we're gonna do today is, if you're cool with it.
Okay. She's gonna do some massaging.
Just soothing. We just get you set up.
Salt lamp.
And then we always start the session here at the neck. This is where all the lymphatic fluid goes back into the system once it's been kind of cleaned and filtered by the lymph nodes. And so we kind of press in here to create a little vacuum so that fluid starts to kind of spiral in.
And probably like, show my boobs. I don't care.
So what are you doing right now?
Right now, we're kind of squeegeeing the fluid that sits just below the surface of the skin.
Squeegeeing?
We're kind of guiding it towards the lymph nodes in the hip here, the inguinal lymph nodes. We're not working on your skin, we're working with your skin.
Gotcha.
So we're stretching, we're manipulating, and that's kind of creating an opportunity for that fluid that surrounds the cells in your body to actually get into the lymphatic system.
Can you feel it actually moving towards there, or no? I don't know.
Sometimes. Wild. Not in this moment, but I did pick up, like when I first started doing lymphatic massage, I had no sense of touch. Like, what does the fluid layer feel like? I couldn't tell if tissue had a lot of fluid or a little bit of fluid, but the more that I did it and the more tissue that I touched, I was like, oh, it's very different. Yeah.
I love all this crap. I love the talk. I think it's interesting. Fast forward, let's see.
Down. That's the time for you to take them off, but that doesn't mean you don't have to get bandaged on your next appointment. It just means for this appointment, they've done your job, your inflammation's gone down a little bit, and you can go back to just a straight compression garment. I thought I had done something wrong when mine fell. I panic texted her and I was like, oh no, they fell. And she's like, it's a good thing.
Yeah, less fluid.
Less fluid. Your body was healing.
And now we wrap it up a little tighter and a little tighter
and a little tighter. So,
Ready?
let's do it.
Ready? Okay.
Yeah, I done screwed up. and I forgot these. I don't know how I forgot them. They're like a stocking that you use in a base layer, and that's what you do when you put the compression garment over the bandages. When you don't have that base layer, there is another option where you can put the bandages over the compression garment. So that's what we're gonna do instead. I personally prefer it and find it more comfortable when it's all sucked in by a compression garment. But that's just not in our cards today, and that's okay. And that's because this is real life, and sometimes I'm a hot mess. Why is this a surprise to anyone?
We were.
Oh yeah, the compression garment I was.
You're a hot mess. Thank you for saying that. Because you are.
I was gonna put on
You
works
truly
best
are.
when I'm putting it over.
Also, somebody mentioned to me, she's like, I thought she was like 6'2". I thought she was like a really tall girl. But she's about my height, 5'10". Because I was trying to figure out her weight, and someone was like, oh, she's like in her like 500 at least. But because I'm comparing her to Amber and Chantel, who are girthier, and I'm looking at her, I'm like, oh, she's got to be smaller. And it's not that she's smaller, she's just taller. But she's around she's the same weight as the other girls, you know? She's about 500 pounds. And yeah, I can see that. If she's about my height, I'm in the 200s. I'm also not a small girl. I'm a little more proportioned. I'm top heavy. I have clown boobs. They're ginormous. But I do have a cute little booty. And I have a stomach. I was supposed to call it a gut. I'm like, it's not a gut. It's a stomach. Come on. Like, after seeing Chantel, you see that's a gut. I have, I've got a belly. So yeah, I can see that. Like, if we're the same height, 5'10". Yeah, totally 500 pounds for sure.
Pads, it's a little bit bigger, but since I'm doing the compression garment first and the pads over it, I'm gonna do the one that I wore in, which is a bit closer to my body, and I just think it provides better support. I also really like this garment, so if you're looking for a garment for recovery or just for at-home compression, I will link this one.
Compression socks are actually, for anybody like outside of this, compression socks are really great for, like, I wear compression socks when I go on flights, like long flights. For me, long flights have been not, like, I haven't been to Japan, so it's not like super long. Like, I've been to London and Berlin, those kind of flights, like 6-7 hour flights. I'll wear compression socks on the plane. I think really helps so much. Anytime you have to sit down for, like, if you have to go take a test, like, I know, random, like, if you have to take like a state test, or and you have to go and sit down for a while, a compression sock would be perfect. Or the other reason I'll wear compression socks is I do catering and I have to be on my feet, so I wear compression socks, and then I wear like these like ankle things, this ankle brace, I guess, things. That way, and I wear like the comfortable non-slip shoes. That way, at the end of the night, I'm less likely to have a lot of pain in my joints because I'm getting older, and that's a big deal. Pain in your body. Yeah.
Especially for tall, because this one is the only one that's really worked for me in terms of comfort with height.
Okay.
That also has the suspenders for the girdle and like the back portion. Now, Leah actually cut this foam specifically for me. So if you have a really, really good person, they'll also know how to cut foam custom. And
That was a process.
yeah, it was a process, but you know what? We grew from it. Look at us.
Oh, shut up. God damn it. That's a big bitch. Interesting. Oh,
For
okay.
talking about.
Yes.
Thank you so much
She's a
for joining
hugger.
us.
No surprise.
I hope you guys learned a lot about manual lymphatic drainage and a little decongestive therapy. And if you're
She reminds me of my old boss, Jen. Random thought. I used to do film casting, commercial casting, and my friend, my old boss Jen looked like her. Anyway, I find all this stuff fascinating, but it's upsetting to me because you guys are so much on it than I am, because I'm going back in the past to watch this. That she doesn't keep, like, does all this, puts people, has the surgeon to remove it, does all this drainage and does all this stuff, and doesn't keep up with her exercise and her, like, I assume with her exercise and her eating, which is wild to me. Like, after going through all this, you're still gonna be like, yeah, I failed, and she's gonna ugly cry, and it's just like, no, like, get your shit together. I still to this day will say that she is the better of the three girls. Dank Fupa just released a video with all three of them, like Amber, Chantel, and Glitter and Lasers, which is hilarious. I'm sure Anna's not gonna acknowledge it at all. I'm pretty sure Anna feels like she's above it. Like, I've never heard her once, and you guys can correct me, I never heard her once talk about Chantel or Amber. Like, she just is like, oh god, I'm in the same category as those idiots. Oh. Like, at least Amber and Chantel acknowledge each other. Like Anna's just like, bitch, I'm not with them, am I? Bitch. You know what I mean? Like, she's just like, gross. Those two bitches smell. I can see that. And then she'll turn around and be like, oh, hi, guys. But she's like, oh my god, they're disgusting. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts on Anna is. But let's be gentle to Anna. Poor Anna. Let's be kind. Okay, you don't gotta be kind in the comments. I don't care. Just, be nice to me. Fuck her. Be nice to me. I am a delicate flower. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. And until next time, guys, stay sassy.